Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Rob Sesternino back with the most interesting news stories of the week of May 2nd, 2017 here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. What? Factual news.
Yes, that's right. We are back with the most actual factual name in news, News AF. And we are ready to talk about what's going on this week with our esteemed panel. First, joining us fresh off of a conference where he is dropping knowledge on a bunch of people, the great Tyson Apostle. Tyson, how are you?
Woo, woo. I'm here, dude. Dropping knowledge. That's my game.
Yes. Where are you?
I'm at Sundance Ski Resort,
Whoa.
which is owned by Robert Redford, the great Robert Redford. Every time you know that Sundance is financially in trouble when Robert Redford makes a new movie. So he kind of retires and then he's like, oh, shit, dude, my ski resort is losing a bunch of money. I got to make another movie. So that's for anybody who's interested, anytime Robert Redford makes a movie, his ski resort is doing poorly.
Okay. Does he have anything coming up now?
I think he does.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This is terrible news.
That's very bad news for the ski resort.
Okay. And then a man who's here to drop knowledge on us every week, the great Danny Bryson. Danny, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to spurt knowledge.
Yes.
Ooh, you're going to spurt some knowledge too, huh?
You drop, I spurt.
Okay. So you're just like,
yeah.
and I'm like,
well, because
wow.
I'm not consistent. Like, but I do it right.
So you like yours would be like if you were just like at the end of peeing, like the last like final push to empty the bladder, and me, I would be like if I waited 4 days to take a dump.
Yeah, then it's just like a hammer. Whereas
Bam,
I'm kind of
yeah,
dribbling
like
out
Thor's
a little
hammer.
bit. Yeah, exactly.
How do you drop knowledge, Rob? Is it if Danny
What's your
spurts
preferred-
and I
Like, what bodily function is it like?
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a
projectile
bodily
vomit?
No, it's more like a nosebleed, I think.
Okay,
Oh.
just a slow, constant leak.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
we pick at you hard enough, you'll eventually give up some knowledge.
Gushes, yes.
Mhm.
Yes, eventually. All right. So here we are to talk about everything. And before we get into all of these stories, there's one story in the news that I wanted to get your take on. Have you guys been following the Fyre Festival? Have you guys thought about going down there?
Is that in the
Yes.
Bahamas?
Yes.
Yeah, because isn't it for the rich and the pretty?
Well, I think it's for wealthy millennials. I think that was
Oh.
they're trying
the rich.
yes, advantaged millennials.
So, well, I don't, dang, I'm not a millennial.
$12,000 a ticket.
Yes. Danny, so do you have the info on what this was supposed to be?
Yeah, let's see if I can get this. I'm going to try and remember all this off the top of my head. So Bella Hadid, I guess is her name,
Mhm.
and Kendall Jenner and a bunch of those types of people were promoting a festival called the Fyre Festival, right?
Fyre.
Oh my God, that's
yeah.
genius.
Yeah.
When I read that the first time, I was like, why are Fry Boots putting on a festival?
That's what I
That's-
thought too, Tyson. I made a
Right?
similar mistake.
I thought it was
Fry.
Fry also.
Frye?
So already their marketing, they've got terrible marketing because nobody remembered that it was fire. So they were going to have this festival. It's going to be a musical festival. I know Blink 182 is going to be there, which says a lot about their lineup.
Blink
And-
182?
Yeah. Anyway, people got there and basically nothing was set up. Everything was oversold. Catering was non-existent. The tweets and pictures that were coming out of it basically showed what looked like a refugee camp, which is what it was compared to. But you have to remember, these are rich millennials. So maybe to us, normal mortals, this would have been a luxurious trip to the Bahamas. It was only for them. You know, they're used to multi-million-dollar yachts. It felt like they were in a refugee camp, where for refugees, it
Yeah.
would have been a luxury vacation.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know how I feel about Fry Festival refugees coming into this country.
Yeah.
Well, they're already
I'm
bad.
not comfortable with this, Tyson.
We should have ran around and stolen all the passports.
Well, I think that's kind of what happened. That then nobody could get their luggage, and they couldn't escape the Fry Festival either. That they were told that it was going to be like gourmet cooking, but then they served them like bread with slices of cheese and it was supposed to be like a resort, and they were all sleeping in tents, but there weren't enough
Now,
tents.
the organizers claimed that that picture of bread with cheese was, and I don't know if this makes it better, was food for the staff. And they offered an alternative picture of some salad with pasta. So I'm not saying that they weren't staging that picture to counteract the bad press, but just so you know, that's out there. That could have been fake news, that bread and cheese. That was a meal meant for the staff, supposedly.
Okay.
Well, and also the millennials, it's like you never know when they're telling the truth anymore. They're just trying to get shit to go viral online. And you're just like, this whole Fyre Festival could have been a collaboration with DMX or whoever it was, who wasn't mystical. Ja Rule.
Ja Rule. And by the way,
the Holy Trinity is DMX, Mystical, and Ja Rule.
I didn't even know millennials liked Ja Rule.
They probably don't even know who he is.
Yeah. Maybe they like him in an ironic way.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So the whole thing was organized by a 25-year-old, which says a lot. And when they said he was 25, I found that to be the hardest thing to believe because he looks like he's 35.
Yeah,
well,
like
25-year-olds. I can imagine a 25-year-old organizing a music festival does not look 25.
Yeah, or the fact that it collapsed aged him 10 years instantly.
Yeah,
so he's being sued by I don't know who, but for $100 million.
$100 million class action lawsuit is coming.
Yeah,
this is what I think is probably going to have happened. I bet that the guy is really 35, but he was like, I got to get the millennials in, so he lied about being a millennial so he could get the younger people in.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think millennials would listen to a 35-year-old? Because the Kardashians are all in that range.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the older Kardashians, Kourtney and Kim.
Yeah, but they're outdated now. It's all about Kylie, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think that they have tens of millions of followers. I mean, a lot of those are probably millennials.
Yeah,
they
that's
look
true.
up to them.
So, but this guy, man, I think he's aged. I think that it was the stress of this failed venture that makes him now he'll probably look 45 by the end of the whole class action lawsuit.
Yeah. That they really try to pitch this as, you need to be there because something was going to be happening. I'm looking at Vanity Fair has the pitch deck for Fyre Festival where it says, come seek, for searching is the foundation of fortune.
Wow, that's
that was
deep.
like the sales pitch.
Yeah.
These millennials will fall for anything.
That's basically every
like
Instagram caption I've seen from a millennial.
Yeah.
It's like they try to be these deep philosophical captions, and you're like, you're just at the trailhead of a popular hiking spot. You're not in a row.
Yeah.
You haven't been in the forest by yourself in seclusion for 6 months observing nature.
Yeah. You're at the trailhead in your designer clothing that you got there in a Sprinter van that costs $100,000.
Yeah,
you're hardly an adventurer.
You Ubered there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In an Uber black just to be fancy.
So, well, I think
guys.
that had we gone, we would have thought it was a great trip.
Yeah.
I just think that this is a $12,000 a ticket, probably some buyer's remorse that's fueling this rage in class action lawsuit.
What did you get for the $12,000? I don't. Why was it so expensive?
There were the tents, remember?
You got that was the tent. It cost $12,000 to do that.
Yeah, the tent and the flight. Were the flights included?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that was the case. So, all right. So more to come on the follow-up to Fyre Festival. Now, switching from Fyre to fries, there's been a lot of talk this week about McDonald's has released a new product, which they're calling the Fork, which is a fork which is designed to make have the spokes of the fork made out of French fries. Danny,
the fingers of the fork are French fries?
Yes.
I like this. I mean, what we're doing here is we're moving to edible utensils. Isn't that a good place to go? Less
no
mess,
more plastic.
less garbage.
No.
A hot dog handle with French fry arms.
Rob, I know you can't actually eat anything. I know it's for just putting the fries in and dipping them and then eating the fries, right? It's not an actual functioning fork.
Yeah.
But I think it's a step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction. So
Mhm.
could they make some sort of like ice cream cone handle?
Yep.
Why
I was
not?
saying hot dog handle, a hot dog handle.
Yeah. I just don't know why you need this necessarily. It's not like that you can pick up the fries with the handle without like jamming them in there. I
Yeah.
already have the fries in my hand. My fingers
Yeah.
are already greasy from jamming fries into the fork. Why do we need this?
Because it's just like the pizza shoes, the shoes that order pizza. It's just a gimmick that they're using to get attention. I mean, the
Fart.
ideas are becoming more and more crazy.
Yeah, people love
because-
these crazy ideas.
Yeah, people love them. This is a new marketing thing.
Okay, so
I
you
think-
you need to be absurd to rise above the noise. That's how you
Yes.
end up getting on News AF. If they just came out with, "Oh, we've got a new cheeseburger," we're not talking about it.
Boring.
That's ridiculous.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this would be perfect for Bergen because she just eats the ketchup or whatever sauce off the fries anyways and uses the fry as a utensil itself.
Mhm.
So maybe it's designed for toddlers.
For babies. Okay, this
Yeah.
is good. Do you think is the airline industry subscribing to this right now, and that's why this recent stream of viral videos coming out from the airline industry is that what they're trying to do to drum up business?
Yeah, but since
Yeah.
they're all about violence. I saw a video just today of a brawl that broke out on a flight.
Yeah.
And it looked terrifying. And that's
Yeah.
just after the day before when an airline pilot slapped that lady as the
Mhm.
two ladies were fighting. I think that the airlines need to come up with some kind of magical mermaid or unicorn solution rather than going to violence and boxing.
Yeah.
Why
I
are
mean-
the airlines trying to go viral? It's like if you have to fly somewhere, you're going to use an airline, right?
Right.
And so they don't really need. And did they get together and be like, oh, the top viewed YouTubes are the beheadings in the Middle East? So
No, but maybe
Like
like
trying-
World Star hip hop type stuff. Like they
okay,
seem
World
like a
Star
lot of-
hip hop. Okay,
Yeah.
bum fights.
We're
Yeah,
trying to get bump fights. Maybe they're trying to attract the MMA crowd.
Well,
Oh,
I
Chuck
mean, I saw
Liddell.
that video you're talking about, Danny. There was like a legitimate like boxing match on
Yes.
a plane.
It was terrifying. I thought, would I break that up? And then I remembered who I was. I thought, no, I would just observe.
Okay. Here's what the airline industry needs to do. Okay. They need
Okay.
to get in bed with the anesthesia.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I agree with that 100%.
That you get on a plane and then you get gassed and then you wake up and you are at your destination. That's it.
Not even put you to sleep, though. Let's just say laughing gas, like the dentist.
So
okay,
everybody's
you-
giggling and laughing at
Everyone's laughing and having
everybody's
a good time.
farting and then laughing at the farting.
Mhm.
I'm all for that.
I don't know.
Even if it means that I'll be touched up by the older man next to me. At
You won't
least
care.
I'll
It'll feel good. You'll think it'll
Yeah,
feel good
no, I
at
think
that
it just
point.
get everybody passed out. I think that that's the move.
Well, I
Yeah.
thought everybody was passed out. Is it just
Mhm.
me?
No,
What?
no, I'm not passed out, Tyson.
I get on the plane and I fall asleep before it takes off,
Mhm.
and I wake up as the thing dings to let your seatbelt off when you land. Like
Wow.
I've fallen asleep and woken up and been like, when are we going to take off? And we were already there.
Wow.
Or
Yeah.
Rob, they could go the completely opposite way, take out the middle seats in every plane and put in a ring. And you could
An
issue
octagon.
challenges.
An
Yeah, like,
octagon.
and it's not fists. They use those things they used in the American Gladiators, like the Q-tip stick.
Yeah,
the-
the giant Q-tips.
Yeah.
Just get that
Yeah.
aggression out. You know, at 10,000
So could-
feet, the seatbelt
could you
light
do
comes
like
off,
the-
the octagon light comes on.
Right.
I'd get on and be like, I want the United Special where you fight all of the United flight attendants at the same time.
Okay, so we're gonna call this Flight Club.
Flight Club. Hashtag
Hey.
Flight Club.
Yeah, and people they join, they go on. It's like I used to hate flying; it was miserable, and now I go to Flight Club, and now I've never felt more alive.
Let's
Yeah,
contact
and-
the organizers of the Fyre Festival.
Yeah, see if you get this going. I think that you would see a change in the look of stewardesses from like, nicely dressed people to basically American gladiators in like unitards with buzz
Turbo would have a job again. Laser
Yeah.
would be back.
They wouldn't be like referees for the boxing matches.
No, there's not referees, dude. It's Fright Club.
It's Flight
Flight
Club.
Club.
Flight Club.
Yeah. Anything goes at 10,000 feet.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, you're international waters as far as I'm concerned.
yes. The first rule of Flight Club is there is no Flight Club.
Correct.
Okay.
I
Oh,
think this is a
dude.
great idea. Why not just embrace the violence that takes place up in the skies?
How would I travel though? Because I'm scared of people.
Yeah.
Well, you could just be a spectator.
Yeah, you could be a spectator.
Yeah, but what if I get blood or sweat on me?
Well, maybe we could create some kind of stadium seating in airplanes. I know we don't have a lot of room to work with.
I want to tell millennials about this. Sounds like my junior high, and millennials wouldn't even understand. But the junior high I went
They
to,
call it middle school.
Middle school, seventh and eighth grade, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade.
Okay.
And there was a fist fight every single day.
Yeah.
And you could watch it, and the crowd would gather around. And one time this kid hit this other kid in the nose so hard, his nose like exploded, and I got blood on my shirt.
Wow.
Because I was sitting front row.
Did you scream out?
No, but I was totally grossed out. And then I went home and had to explain it to my mom. And she was like, wait, there's fighting? I was like, yeah, but it's like only every day. It's not a big deal.
Maybe they can have the flights with the sleeping and the gas, and then the alternative flight set up by the Fyre Festival people where it's flight club, right? So that you can have a choice.
So we got to get in touch with. Let's get mystical on this, though. I feel like he wouldn't have botched it as hard as Ja Rule did.
Okay.
Let's get mystical and Ashanti.
But what are they doing? Like, what is their role in this?
They're just going to like
spokespeople.
Promote. Yeah, they're going to promote it and kind of use their. I mean, they probably have, a social media following just slightly smaller than all of ours.
And by the way, if you win your match in the octagon,
you get to go to first class.
No, you can get an upgrade, but you get at least free drinks.
Okay. Nice.
Now, Tyson,
but only non-alcoholic drinks. You still have to pay for the alcoholic ones.
Well, you might want alcoholic so you can pour them on your wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyson, now, are you saying that because when you were younger that there used to be more routine fighting going on in the junior high school?
I don't know. I feel like it's because of the bullying issue, it kind of got squashed out a bit.
Yeah. So do you feel like that was almost like a catharsis where people were able to sort of just like, as younger people just beat the hell out of each other, get it out of their system. But now as a society, we've sort of like repressed that. And somehow we've sort of like opened Pandora's box of like, oh, okay, being on an airplane is the only place to be able to get back in touch with that.
I think that the problem is that what the generation Tyson's talking about is coming. They're the age group that's fighting on these planes, right? They're the pilots.
Yeah.
They're the stewardesses. And maybe they have all this pent up rage because they can't fight at junior high anymore because that's illegal for them to go back there and fight kids. And so the only place to flight is at their place of employment, which
here's the hole in the theory, though. Most of the people I went to junior high with either work for the city now or are in jail or prison. No, mostly county jail. They're not hard criminals.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I don't think that's right.
I bet you the jail is less violent than the airlines. Probably safer to go to jail than it is to fly on United.
Fly? Yeah.
Is it time to remake Con Air then?
Yeah. Or to Con Air with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, right. Because the jails are safer than the airplanes. So then
Yeah.
it's going to take prisoners, and then they're like, okay, we're nice and comfy in our jail cells. Like, no, now we're flying you guys. Like, no, you can't.
So the maximum security, like real hardcore prisons, are just constantly flying airplanes, just going around the world, getting refueled by air, and just staying up there, just till there's only one man left on the plane. And they switch him to the new plane, and eventually there's no guys left because they just beat each other up until they're all gone.
Yeah, they're tossed out of the door at 45,000 feet if they lose. I think that what they might also consider doing is eradicating the oxygen system and replacing it with more of like a mace type of a thing. So when the plane starts to get a little rowdy, they just mace the entire plane.
Woo! That hurts. You get mace in your eyes. Like, I just put everybody to sleep, Danny.
Yeah. Well, okay. The sleeping thing, I'm saying this is just an alternative.
If you want to really mace them, Danny, why don't we put them to sleep, then mace them? So then they wake up and they're like, why are my eyes all puffy and I can barely breathe?
By the way, Rob, I've been maced twice in my life.
Yeah, but both times were by you.
Happen?
Well, no, neither time. One time I was at the bus stop, also in middle school, Tyson.
Okay.
And some kids, high school kids, pulled up and asked for directions to the mall, and which I thought was weird because it was 8 a.m. And I went to go give them directions, and they maced me in the face.
Yeah.
The
Jesus,
kid in the
dude.
back of the car. The kid in the back of the car came around and sprayed me directly in the face.
You drive-by macing?
Yeah, well, not even drive by. They were stopped. Asked for directions. They
Did
were
anybody get their
stopped.
license plate? Did you like ever get your?
No, we're
You
all
were-
kids. What do we know? You know.
God damn, dude. That
And then what
sounds
happened
horrible.
the second time?
The second time, my dad was spraying either a cat or a dog that was hiding underneath the car, and I looked underneath the car at the same time he sprayed, and so I went underneath the car into me.
Your dad was trying to mace a dog?
Yeah, that was underneath the car. I don't know. It
I
was
didn't know you could do that.
It was the 80s.
It was
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you can still see Danny.
Yeah, someone had to lead me back to my house because I couldn't see anything, and I just remember coughing and having a hard time breathing.
Oh my God.
Jeez, dude. How pissed were your parents?
I don't know. I couldn't see their faces.
Why
Yeah.
would they be pissed?
Well, because their kid just got maced.
Oh, the Tyson was saying they'd be mad at you.
No,
No.
not mad at Danny.
Like,
Just
Danny,
mad.
we told you, you troublemaker. Stay
Yeah.
away from those kids.
No, let me put you in the mindset of the parents, Rob. Like, let's say you had a kid
Mhm.
and that kid got maced by some teenagers
Yeah.
because they thought it was funny. Would you be bothered by that?
Yeah, I thought you were saying that Danny got in trouble for being maced by his parents.
Well, maybe he did. His parents are pretty strict.
They are
Mm.
pretty strict.
right.
It's not totally outside the realm of possibilities.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Like, were you doing something you weren't supposed to be doing, and then that's why those kids ended up having access to you.
You shouldn't have been talking to strangers anyways, Danny. This is what you get. Lesson learned.
Yeah, we told you not to give directions to the high school kids.
Mace, I pepper sprayed a pepper sprayer thing inside my car just to like see if it worked once, and it was horrendous.
Yeah,
Like
it was
I didn't even
good.
squirt it at me. I squirted it down on
Yeah.
the floor, and it filled the entire car with the pepper like mist.
Mhm.
It's crazy bad. So I think that maybe Rob has a point. Just knock him out because you don't want to hear all the
Okay.
coughing, the crying, the boogers.
Yeah,
I mean, just knock him out.
It's a
That's
lot.
much cleaner on the airplane.
Yeah,
Not even
I
knock
mean-
him out. Just give him laughing gas.
yeah. That just seems like it's gonna get rowdy.
Yeah, it
people
is
will
gonna
be
get
shooting
rowdy.
Videos and stuff like that. It'll be too kooky on the plane.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
say
I think
something
if you
on
can,
the
I think
drink.
I think if you just lock down completely so that there's no representatives of the airline, then you can do the laughing gas thing. But
Right.
you don't want to be the flight
Yeah,
attendant.
there's
in
going to be a
that
lot of
way.
genitalia exposed, I think, if laughing gas is released.
Yeah, good thing
Right.
is 10,000 feet in the air is international waters.
Right. Would we need to have people wear a diaper before we gas them on the plane? Are they gonna like lose?
No,
control
there's a
there?
little thing that you plug into your wiener.
Yes.
And I know it's probably dirty, but the
Cow
steward does it
milker.
at the end of every flight, he's jamming in
Yes.
there.
Okay.
Same thing for your butt.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Speaking of McDonald's, we told you about the fork, but there's also some bad news sent in from one of our listeners, Sherry, who says that McDonald's has also announced that they will be phasing out high C orange beverage, Danny.
I didn't even know they had high C.
Yeah. Well, I guess they have to make room for the forks, and they are phasing out high C orange beverage by the end of July. They will be reportedly replacing it with a new McDonald's exclusive beverage called Sprite Tropic Berry.
Doesn't sound any
Wow.
better.
Mm,
Well, the high C tasted like Tang, so it was kind of nostalgic.
yeah.
You
Like
could
orange
think you're
Tang.
in space.
Get that instead
Yeah.
of orange juice, but I guess this is like orange soda.
Oh, no, tropical berry isn't orange soda.
Yeah, I guess it's not carbonated, but it was just sort of like an orange, like a Kool-Aid
orange Tang.
type drink.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
no more high C at the McDonald's, sadly.
Yeah,
Dang.
not a big deal for me. I didn't even know that was a possibility.
Okay, so you're just a strictly Mountain Dew. Do they have that at McDonald's, or are
No,
they gonna get, like, Sierra Mist?
McDonald's is known for having the best Coke
Whoa.
around. So
Who
I
knows
get
that?
Coke.
Like, you know that, or
No,
everyone
they
knows that?
have written articles on what makes Coke from McDonald's taste so good.
What is
Probably just the combination of the food with the Coke is just like a grand slam.
The rumors I read is that McDonald's has strict cleaning on their machines,
it? Mm-hmm.
that they serve their soda instead of and I haven't verified any of this, by the way. They serve it in large metal containers rather than plastic bags for the syrup, and that they chill all of it before it gets to your drink to a certain temperature. But it really does taste great.
Okay.
So you're
Take
saying
that
if
to
we're
the
going to
bank.
drink Coke, we should drink it from McDonald's.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. So maybe the high C was of the same, quality as
Of
the
course
Coke.
it was. Of course it was.
Tyson, should we do a blind taste test of let's get Danny a Coke from McDonald's and a Coke from Burger King and see
Yep.
if he could tell the difference?
I
Yeah, we
couldn't.
definitely should.
It's all contextual because I've been told that McDonald's has the best Coke. Of course, every time I put my lips to one of their ginormous straws, I automatically think it tastes better.
Okay.
A blind taste test, I don't think would I'd be able to tell the difference.
Really? Because I did a blind taste test with Pepsi, Coke, Diet
Yeah,
Pepsi,
we
Diet
know.
Coke,
We heard of that.
Crystal Pepsi.
And that's different because now you're trying different products, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I'd be trying the same thing, Coke.
Well, it's not the same thing if one of them's better than the other.
Yeah, but what if it's such a small degree of better that it's the only thing that really makes a difference is that you're buying it from McDonald's?
Well, I don't know.
I just don't. Okay, yeah,
You're
I'm
the
just
one
saying.
that brought us the facts. I'm saying
brought you
if
the
Coke
facts.
tasted better than because there are times when I drink a Coke, I'm like, that was not satisfying like I thought it would be. So I just got 200 calories of goo in my system and I wasn't even happy with it. Whereas sometimes I'm like, this Coke is so good. I'm so happy it was worth the 200 calories.
Go to McDonald's and Tyson. You go there and tell me if you think it's better.
I will. And you know what else? If it is better, I'll be able to tell the difference between that Coke and a different Coke that's offered me.
I believe it. I think you have a refined
Why
palate.
would McDonald's promote this if they have this very complicated, intricate Coke delivery system?
They don't want people to get a secret recipe.
Is that it?
Yeah.
No, because it's so talked about. And by the way, the people who write about why it's better, they're not insiders. They're people who are trying to piece it together from things they've heard from those who have worked there. They're not like the chief marketing officer is like, this is why it tastes better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just hearsay.
Okay. All right. This is from Ben King in the chat. Says McDonald's current ad campaign is centered around the Coke with Mindy Kaling. You guys need to check it out. The ads, it's relevant. So Mindy Kaling is the centerpiece of the McDonald's has better Coke ad campaign.
She's the star of the show, Mindy.
Mindy Project.
Mindy.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about something else going on. And while the high C orange is being phased out, more trouble for things related to orange. The Netflix show Orange is the New Black. Lancelot Draper sends us this story. A hacker has who calls himself the Dark Overlord has claimed to have released all 10 episodes of the new season of Orange is the New Black because Netflix failed to pay a ransom for the show. Danny, are you devastated?
No. I love the guy's name, though. The Dark Overlord.
Yes.
The Dark Overlord
So
of his...
evil. So evil.
So evil. I read a little bit about this story, and I guess he initially was going to release it. Then for some reason said he wasn't going to release it. And then he reneged on that, and now he is going to release it. He needs to, if he really is a Dark Overlord, he needs to stick to his evil plan.
Yes. I mean, I didn't really understand why this is that big of a deal. Were people going to like quit Netflix or not sign up for Netflix because this happened?
So I guess that Netflix in their marketing expects this new season of Orange is the New Black to bring in a ton of viewers, right? Or new users. So they use this new show to bring in new users, to increase their stock prices, and to make the performance look great. So if this guy does this, they could potentially lose new viewers and not gain the followers they need to, please their investors.
Tyson, are you an Orange is the New Black guy?
No, not especially. I tried for like the first half of the season.
Yeah. I mean, is it a show with like a lot of like twists and turns where, is this the final season? Like, I mean, ultimately, I know this is a bad thing, but like, are people going to, is this really going to like affect the Netflix bottom line that people are going to be able to see Orange is the New Black early? Like, don't most people want to watch it on their TV and stuff?
The thing is, no one wants to have to join a BitTorrent. At least I don't think so, to get this type of stuff.
Tyson, you want to?
Yeah, it's scary.
It is scary.
No, I don't want to.
No. So I don't know necessarily, how many people are going and watching. Maybe people couldn't wait for it to come back, Danny.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they should have done this with that Netflix hacking show. That would be more newsworthy.
What's the Netflix hacking show?
Oh, I could picture the guy. He looks like he hasn't slept in a really long time.
That's Mr. Robot. That's on USA.
That's Mr. Robot.
Oh.
That's not on Netflix.
Yeah.
Well, how did I watch it? I don't have USA.
Oh, you were probably on one of those torrent networks.
You BitTorrented it.
Okay.
Did you BitTorrent from a Russian website?
I bet you it was on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
That's probably what it was, not Netflix. Okay, never mind. Scratch my comment from the
Mr.
record.
Robot season 3 should end up being released early, and then they have some sort of, they get press and say that they got hacked.
Or they should say that they're the ones that hacked Orange is the New Black.
Oh, that would be a big scandal.
And it brings down the entire country. Like the financial system is completely destroyed because Orange is the New Black got released a little bit early and like 500 people watched it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How much do you think the hackers wanted for the Orange is the New Black episodes?
$500.
Enough to buy a sex robot. Because I bet it's a lonely life for the Dark Overlord.
It's probably good press because nobody would be talking about the new season of Orange is the New Black, which is coming back June 9th, if it wasn't for this hacking story in the news. Like, I think that this is probably, maybe we could look at this with another skeptical eye. And say,
Netflix did it to themselves.
They want to get hacked.
Yeah. Or maybe they hacked themselves.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the Netflix model, they just put out all the episodes that day anyway. So it's basically, it's not like the whole season was ruined. It's just that people are watching it, 5 weeks earlier than they're supposed to.
Just the one episode, right? Or the full season?
I think they released all of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that, again, this is a great marketing tech. Well, this is basically what we cover are all the gags that companies use to grab attention. Yeah. And I think this is up there. It's not as good as United's.
We should change the category. This is really a marketing podcast.
And also, we do invent new products that are better than the products that have been invented by these corporations.
That's right. That's right. So that's what's going on with Orange is the New Black. We were talking about the airlines. Let's bring in this story sent to us by Tim Nolan, who says that in the wake of the United Airlines incident, which won, a new product has taken a stand against airport overreach and created a pair of underwear that displays the Fourth Amendment in metallic ink when X-rayed, specifically designed to send a message to the TSA.
Way better ways to send that message.
This is a terrible idea.
I read through the comments, and they were like, the full body scans aren't X-rays, and they won't even pick that up. So basically, these guys are making this underwear with this claim, which an X-ray probably would pick up the metal, but the full body scanners are not X-rays, and they think that it's a scam. I don't know.
Right. So ideally, what you don't want to have is metal in your crotch area, because when the TSA comes in, and they're gonna like, what's this, sir? Okay, we're gonna need you to disrobe.
It's a dick augmentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get the attention of the TSA using a trick like that, you have to do, the tinfoiled cucumber. That's the trick you want to play, not this.
It's tinfoiled cucumber.
Down the pan.
What movie was that?
It's a rock star
Spinal
movie.
Tap.
Spinal Tap.
The old Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
So the guys would put a cucumber wrapped in tinfoil down their pants because they were wearing tight rock star jeans. And that, ladies love that.
Like, that's funny. This is just going to be a hassle because they're going to be grabbing your junk, looking for this metal.
Right. If you want to be seized by the TSA, then go ahead and try out these underwear.
Which, if you're a lonely single guy who doesn't, get a lot of human touch, this might be a good way to finally get some skin to skin.
Yeah, if you don't have anything else going on, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I guess it's not a bad way to spend an afternoon.
I love being touched by strangers.
Okay. Many people sent us this story about a person riding a public bus in Toronto holding a 30-gallon drum of Cinnabon frosting. He got off the bus and he rolled the drum of frosting down the street. and the drum was labeled Cinnabon frosting for Taco Bell. Danny, what in the world does Taco Bell need with Cinnabon frosting?
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Yeah, they might have some type of Cinnabon collaboration where it's like Cinnabon taco
They're called
shells.
Taco Bell Cinnabon Delights.
Taco shells made out of Cinnabons, and then the meat and the cheese and all that stuff is in there. It's like they're Doritos.
They're little bite-sized things filled with Cinnabon frosting in the middle.
Oh, you'd love those. We'd love those.
Yeah, they actually look really good.
And why is the delivery system a bus?
They're just cutting costs. They're looking wherever they can to raise their profits.
Cisco sold all their trucks, and now they just send a courier. They hire a third-party courier to take public transit to each individual restaurant.
Wait, Cisco is involved with this too?
But maybe. Cisco is the food delivery system, right?
Yeah, now they're just doing public transportation. That's a great idea.
Cisco the rapper?
No, he's not a rapper. He's a hip hop artist.
Okay, yeah, that made the thong song.
Yeah, the thong song.
Okay,
guys, these look good.
Cinnabon game after Ja Rule got into the concert game.
Yeah, so they're both reinventing themselves.
Boy, we're all just chess pieces on the board for these rap moguls.
Yeah, dude, it's like
so true.
We bend to their every women desire. Because we want to. That's our desire.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy. So Cisco sold all their. This is just a theory, mind you. Cisco sold all their trucks. They got on like what's that website where you TaskRabbit? They got on TaskRabbit, and then they were like having rabbits deliver the food using public transportation only to the restaurants that put orders in for foodstuffs.
Wow. This is a great idea, Tyson, for corporations that are looking to cut costs.
I think so too. I'll give you, because you can haggle with the TaskRabbits, and you can be like, "Oh, I'll pay you $50," and they're like, "No, pay me $60," and then you're like, "Nope, we're paying you $10," and they're like, "Okay, we'll do it," and then you're like, "Pick up my dry cleaning on the way home."
Yeah, that great negotiating too by that new employee.
You hire people to do stuff?
I did once.
Yes, how'd that go?
It went really well, but I think they just used a computer program to I wanted to erase.
I guess the guy's still monitoring whatever it is Tyson asked him to do.
Nope. We're not gonna hear that story.
I don't think so.
Guys,
yes, Tyson.
I'm back.
Okay,
I don't know what's wrong with my internet. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. So what happened to the guy that you were going to hire?
So I hired him to well, I probably shouldn't say this on here.
Okay.
It's not sexual by any means. It's just, it's not a News AF topic.
All right. Well, actually, then this is a good transition.
I'll tell you guys after.
Okay, yeah, and this is a good transition right now because let me take a moment and thank a sponsor for this podcast, and those are friends over at ZipRecruiter, Tyson, because now this is where you need to go for all of your hiring need because you can post a job to find the best candidates because posting your job in just one place like you did isn't enough to find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites. And now you can with ZipRecruiter, where you post your job to 100 plus job sites, including social media networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. That way you can find candidates in any city or industry nationwide. What industry are you in, Tyson?
I am in the money-making industry.
Oh, okay, perfect. Finance, I guess. Just post once and see the qualified candidates roll in, just like that guy was rolling that big tub of Cinnabon frosting down the street. That's how the candidates will be coming in with ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. No more juggling emails or calls to your office. Quickly screen candidates, rate them, hire that right person fast. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by Fortune 100 companies and thousands of small and medium-sized business like Tyson's. And right now, our listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/first. That's ZipRecruiter.com/first. One more time to try it for free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/first. Okay. Let's talk about I think we talked about this once before. Pickle soda, Danny.
In our Facebook group, this was all over the place.
Yes. People were dying to hear about pickle soda in Group AF. And yes, it is a thing.
Has our
Tyson-
pickle soda has our soda tester weighed in on this yet?
Not yet. What was the last one he was talking about? Was it pickle soda or was it the grass soda?
It was
I remember
Krispy
it was something
Kreme
green.
soda,
Krispy
wasn't it?
Kreme, and he did the grass one. He did a couple different ones. So we need to get him on this pickle juice soda.
Pickle juice soda.
Yeah.
Does this sound appealing at all to you, Tyson?
No, but I'm not a pickle juice guy. I will tell you one thing. One of the trends in cycling right now, in mountain biking, is that guys will drink pickle juice on like endurance races because it's got a lot of salt in it, which kind of fights off the muscle cramps.
I've seen them selling small little packets of pickle juice that endurance athletes can take on their runs or their rides. So this has kind of been around, I think, for a little bit.
Yeah. So the pickle juice soda is sold by Grandpa Joe's Candy Store. Was that named after the Willy Wonka character, Tyson?
Probably, actually.
Yeah. Which
Was
And
that
when
the
is-
only grandpa to get out of bed?
Yes. I
And
don't
when
know
is
why
this
they
Willy
made
Wonka
it
going to
for-
sue this candy store and take the name, kind of, Jimmy Buffett him, if you will?
Yeah. They say that the flavor is spot on, but not overwhelming. And the soda only costs $10 a pop. Now, I don't know if that is a pun or not.
Funny.
I get it.
$10 for
$10
one bottle?
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, that's too much. Is it made with how much percentage of real pickle juice is in it?
Let's see if we can find out the answer to that. Danny, would you rather have a pickle soda or a Burger King Coke?
I'm going to go with the Burger King Coke. But if you're asking me if I'd rather drink pickle soda or eat a Burger King hamburger, I think I'd rather have the pickle soda.
Yeah. The soda is $9.99 a bottle or $29.99 for a 6-pack.
Wow.
Jeez Louise.
That's so much. Are pickles is it hard to get pickles right now, or is there a cucumber shortage that's making pickled cucumbers hard to come by?
Here's the issue. I think there's only like 30 people that wanted this. So they really needed to jack up the prices to be able to
make it worth it.
Cost efficient.
Yeah. In small batches, that is going to be more expensive, but a lot of times you'll get a superior product. So I understand.
Yeah.
Now that we talked it through.
Now, this is in Pittsburgh. Apparently, Pittsburgh has an obsession with pickles, where they also do pickle shots, which is whiskey chased with pickle juice.
Wow. I always thought they were a coal mining state, but it seems more
Can't
like
drink coal.
Yeah.
Can you not?
That's the next best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pennsylvania is the state, technically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A whiskey with a pickle juice chaser. I drink pickle juice and I do a whiskey chaser.
So what I think the best way to find out if we would like this is just next time we've emptied a container of pickles just to sip on the brine for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then imagine it's carbon. Maybe put some of this Pellegrino.
Sparkling, yeah.
Dump this into the
You know what I do with Pellegrino?
What?
I mix it with apple juice. I do 50% apple juice, 50% Pellegrino. You get sparkling apple juice just like in Europe. It's great.
What you're telling me, Tyson, is that you could make all of us some of this pickle soda.
Yes, very easily.
How much?
I would let's do like $8 a bottle. And what I would do is this is just off the top of my head without experimentation.
Yes.
I do like a quarter pickle juice, 3/4 sparkling water, and 2 spoonfuls of sugar.
And mix it all up in your bathtub.
Mhm.
Yep. Mix it all up in my bathtub, which is sanitized. It's the same bathtubs Dasani uses.
Mhm.
And then bottle it all up, bro.
And
Here's
by the way, if
key.
you get some of
I'll
Tyson's
get some
body
task
hair-
rabbits. I'll get some people on ZipRecruiter
Yes.
to stir it up, and we'll get rubber gloves for them and everything. It's going to be perfect, guys.
Yeah. You should
Tyson's
sell
bathtub
it.
pickle juice.
Yeah, you should sell it in a pickle jar. I think that's also going to be really
yeah.
hard to open the jar of soda.
Yeah, so that when they've finally gotten it open, they've shaken it so much that it explodes as they open it, gets all over them.
Right.
Pickle
and we'll
bombed.
like taunt people where it's like, are you strong enough to open the jar of pickle soda?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or are you a wuss?
And then the CrossFitters will be like, I exercise sometimes. Let me get my hands on that to prove to everybody. It'll be like the new muscle up. Like people will be like, oh yeah, I did 30 pickle juice jar opens. Like, oh, that's pretty good. That's like a new record.
Yeah, instead of buying a shake weight, you could just order a bunch of Tyson's pickle jars.
Okay. All right.
Pre-orders. You can get pre-orders right now if you just through Venmo or Google Wallet.
Okay, be on the lookout for that. And then John Fagan sends us a story about justice has been served for the mastermind behind the Quebec maple syrup heist, who was responsible for stealing $18 million.
He got diabetes.
No. That would be karma, not justice.
Oh, okay.
That would be, he stole $18 million worth of maple syrup. He will be doing 8 years of hard time and a $9.4 million fine. Danny, did they do enough to this guy?
I feel like they've done too much. All he was trying to do was bring the joy of maple syrup to the rest of the world at a reasonable price.
Yeah, he's the Robin Hood of.
Yeah, exactly. He was trying to break the back of the maple syrup cartel that exists in Canada.
Big syrup, yeah.
Big syrup.
Yeah, I don't know, because he only has to pay half the money back, and he does almost 10 years.
Well, it was $18 million worth, but he probably didn't get that on the street, selling it from the trunk of his car. I mean, he had to discount it to get it moved.
You think, but $18 million, is that at cost or is that at the full retail price of the syrup?
I think full retail.
Because you can sell it for probably just under full retail. Remember, you're getting it for free, so you have no overhead.
Fell off the truck.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah. Now, is he going to a regular jail or one of the new flying jails?
Yeah, he has to fight on United Flight.
The Flight Club
for our entertainment.
Flight Club max security prison.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, dude. You think his first fight will be Nicolas Cage?
Not right now. Nicolas Cage has like a broken foot or something.
Oh, he's on the mend.
His way up.
Yeah. So he won't be able to do any spin kicks, so he's out for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Rob, what do you think? Would you go to prison for $10 million for 10 years?
No, I don't think so.
It's not worth it.
But at the end of 10 years.
Because the inflation, I think, is like, by the time you get out in 10 years, $10 million would be like, $40.
Plus, how much do you expect this guy to pay? You've taken the $600,000 that he had on him, right? But if he doesn't have that $9 million right away in any kind of form, then I don't get how he's not going to pay it stamping license plates in prison. How do you ever get that $9 million back?
Yeah, for the $9.4 million fine. Yes.
I had the best joke and I cut out right as I said it.
Okay, well, reset it for us.
Okay. So I asked you about if it was worth it to do that much time. And then I said, not for me either, but after 10 years, I bet I would regret not have spent the last 10 years to get $10 million.
Okay.
So like right now when I'm free, I'd be like, oh yeah, I easily would have spent the last 10 years in prison to have $10 million now. But in the moment, I wouldn't choose to go to prison.
Right. But I don't think
maybe the joke wasn't as great.
$10 million. You're just asking the hypothetical?
Look, this guy does not have $10 million.
He has to pay $9 million back of an $18 million theft.
Yeah. First of all, he doesn't have the $10 million. Don't you think they've checked all his bank accounts? They've sold his house, all of his sports cars.
Yeah. And also, what if he didn't sell the syrup? What if he drank it all himself?
Yeah.
Or buried it in the desert outside Vegas.
He smuggled it into the U.S.
Well, if you're going to bury something, you bury it in the desert outside Vegas. Everybody knows
but
that.
I feel like he'd bump into a bunch of dead bodies.
Yeah, you have to be careful where you dig.
After he gets out of jail, he's going to go out to the desert and dig up the syrup?
Yeah, and be like, yeah, liquid gold.
Well, he'll find out that his partner had already been there.
I'm back. Or what if this happened? What if the syrup fossilized into amber and there was dead bodies that were encapsulated in it. And in the future, dinosaur aliens will suck out the DNA of these dead corpses and recreate human life.
Danny, you
That sounds
buying
like
that?
that sounds like a great movie.
Yeah.
Let's see if we get Michael Bay on that.
Oh, we could get Michael Bay for sure,
I think that
dude.
seems more like a James Cameron.
Let's get both of them on it.
Well, he wouldn't have time. He's doing like 15 avatars. So it's going to have to be Michael Bay.
Okay.
Is that because they do Avatar Land now, and everybody's like, why are they doing Avatar Land? And he's like, I'll show you why. I'm going to make 15 new Avatar movies
Yeah.
based
then
off similar movies.
Are they going to film the movie at Avatar Land? I think that would be great. Save
Yeah.
a lot of money on
Save
CGI.
a lot of money there.
Yeah, they already got it all built in, a whole infrastructure. It only costs like $60 now to make an Avatar movie.
Just the ticket or price of admission for all the cast.
Yeah. Who wanted more Avatar movies?
James Cameron.
Yeah. Okay.
He speaks for the rest of us, by the way.
Yeah, he knows what we want.
You don't get a vote.
Okay. Danny, what's in the bolt hole?
Well, I've got a couple stories to choose from, but one of them is very relevant because we've talked about this in the past. Now, Tyson, you talked about offering a service where people would pay you to be their friend. And remember, this was an idea that came from Japan, where they have a company that allows you to hire out friends or a girlfriend, and they take pictures with them and put it on Facebook. Well, a guy in China, so this idea must be spreading. He is facing. I want to make sure I say this right. He is facing the wrath of his bride after she discovered that 200 of the guests at his wedding, their wedding, they were paid to be there. They were all strangers, and they were paid to attend their ceremony.
You know why she's mad is because that was expensive.
So she called the police to arrest her groom on their wedding after discovering that the 200 guests were all strangers.
Well, how can he be arrested for that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's China.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we don't know why they arrest people for things in China. You never hear from them again.
Yeah.
He can afford 200 guests at his wedding. Let's get him.
Not a good lawyer.
Right. Tyson, I mean, couldn't this guy spin it? Like, I wanted to impress you. I wanted you to think I was cool and have a lot of friends.
I think that's exactly what he did. I don't think that was the spin.
Yeah.
But, yeah, maybe she was mad because maybe she's like, he's not the handsomest or the kindest or even, compatible, but he has a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
that
that
was
a
the
reason to marry
selling
somebody?
point.
Yeah, is
They
that a
dated-
reason to marry somebody? Because
By the way, they dated for 3 years.
Yeah. Well,
So she should have known that
Yeah.
none of those people were there.
now correct me if I'm wrong, but haven't we also in the past covered there's and I believe this was in China,
Stripper
right?
funerals.
Yeah, strippers at funerals
Yep.
because it's such a important thing to show how many people show up at your funeral that people were hiring strippers
That
to
is
get
a-
more
yeah,
people in there.
That's a great point. It's a cultural thing. You can't appear to have no friends
Mhm.
Yeah.
in China. It sounds
especially in China, the largest population in the world. It's like, if you're in China with no friends.
Yeah, you couldn't find anybody.
Yeah. Oh, man. Imagine if you lived somewhere else in the world.
Yeah, good point, Tyson. It's very important to keep up appearances, whether they're strippers or fake friends. You've got to have them there.
Or real friends. I mean, I think you could probably invite real friends to a wedding too.
Yeah, but real friends could be a hassle.
Yeah,
right?
you'd have
It's
to
so
talk
much
to
easier.
them and
Yeah.
rehash old memories and stuff.
I think paid strangers, that's the way to go, because
Yeah.
you don't have to treat them like
You're
they're-
their boss.
Yeah, you are their boss for that one day. You are the CEO of your friends.
Yeah.
Now, was the bride mad that the fake guests didn't bring presents? Was that the reason why she was so upset?
I think she was mad because he outfriended her and he's like, oh, how many of these guests are yours? Oh, only like 30.
You think
Guess
he
what?
made her feel really dumb and stupid?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm so popular and you don't have any friends.
Yeah. I have 201 friends here and you only have 30 friends here.
Mhm.
It says that Wong and Liu had been dating for about 3 years, but they did not have any mutual friends. So there was no intermingling with their own friends. So she had no idea who his real friends were.
Yeah. You don't want somebody to steal your love of your life away.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, how much would you have to pay somebody to go to a wedding?
It depends on if they had clothes that like if you didn't have to dress them or anything because they had stuff. I bet you could get away with paying in the U.S. And like a wedding is what? Like a
They
full
weren't paid very
afternoon?
much. They were
Like 50
paid
bucks,
they
20
were paid
bucks.
around $15.
An hour or that's it?
It just said they were paid $15 to maybe $18 to pose as wedding guests.
Yeah, but the pay scale in China is different than the U.S. I bet you could get away with paying people like $50 for a full half day. A full half day
of wedding.
Yeah, like from noon to.
But they better
10.
be crying. They better be dancing.
Yeah, and I wonder if the pricing structure goes up, like because your best friend's going to be more expensive than your distant.
Because you got to hire professional actors for your close friends.
Yeah, to come up with all these fake memories. So I bet you
like
that
a best man and a toast and stuff like that.
That guy's going to be at least $200.
Yeah,
maybe $300.
There's that Nathan For You where they have all the hired guests at the funeral too. And that
they're all actors.
Yeah.
All right.
They're crying and singing songs and stuff.
Could we get into the fake wedding guest business?
Yes.
No. Yeah, we should. But guys, I want to point out that this is not uncommon. There are fake friends, fake everything all over, especially on social media.
You're saying that some people on Twitter have followers that aren't truly their friends?
Yeah, and Instagram.
Or aren't even truly people?
This is just the guy moving what's already been doing on social media into real life.
Okay,
so let me ask you this.
Oh, God.
Somebody with 100,000 followers on Instagram, and they have 20 to 30 likes per photo.
Yeah, fake. Lots of fake.
No.
Mm-hmm. This guy's getting more for his money, right? He's really got physical interaction.
Yeah. A hug.
Yeah, he can get a hug. He could probably get his guests to fight if he wants, because basically,
Flight Club, they're moving the after party to the airs.
Here's what
international waters of the air.
They need to combine these things where the airlines need to start hiring people to be on the airplanes, and then they need to be hiring well-behaved passengers who are going to get their phones out and be like, "Oh, just a normal flight, everything's good here."
Yeah,
and then get those videos out there.
Wow.
Yeah, that you've just given away some great free advice. Make sure they're handsome and beautiful, because that's what I want to see on a plane.
Right,
handsome and beautiful.
Yeah,
I don't tweeting about getting on my
United
flight.
Dudes, genius idea here. We charter a jet to the Bahamas. We pick up all the Fyre people.
Okay.
Those are probably all beautiful young millennials. Get them on the plane, get them up in the air, make them fight for a wedding.
So we host a wedding that turns into a fight on the plane?
Yes. No, it's a combined.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new thing.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay. All right, we figured this one out. All right, any other problems? Fyre Festival, airline industry, McDonald's, any other PR issues? We are the problem solvers.
Seriously, come to us. We charge more than you would have to pay for us to attend your wedding, but we're worth it.
But that's still not that much.
Yeah, peanuts.
Okay. All right, Tyson, are you able to access any of our reviews from your location on the road?
Heck yeah, probably.
Okay.
Let me. Can you stall for a second?
Yes. That you don't even have to tell me that you can get access to and read through especially if you're nosy and you want to see what other people rummage through all of our reviews on the iTunes page. You could do that. We don't mind that much as long as you're respectful about it. You can go to newsaf.news. That'll take you to our page in the iTunes store. As we we need to really consider about moving into the marketing section of iTunes.
We should. We're giving out advice for free. It's not, but it's falling on deaf ears.
Business news, perhaps even.
Okay, I got some here.
What do you got?
Oh man, there's a lot of good ones here.
Yeah,
my 10-year-old son's favorite podcast, 5 stars. By Briss Heath.
Okay.
This has been my 10-year-old son's favorite podcast ever since he heard Rob, Tyson, and Danny talking about Alberta, Canada as a fart in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Did we do that?
Well, we talked about the word fart.
Yeah, in a room.
Mm-hmm.
It has become a weekly ritual to listen to it together in the car on the way to his Cub Scout meetings. Only happy and uplifting news stories that are actual and factual are worthy to be News AF stories. You will come away from each episode with your faith in humanity restored for another week. So stop listening to NPR news stories and tune into News AF. You won't regret it.
I mean, you could listen to both.
Yeah. Well, but you'd want to listen to News AF first.
And probably multiple times.
And then cross-reference each to see what craptual stories are NPR's covering. Here's another one. An actual and factual review, 5 stars, by Bradley Charles Dickworth. He exists.
The Bradley Charles Dickworth.
He's in the house.
I'm a little nervous right now.
Let's see what he thinks, because we mentioned him quite a bit last week. I started listening to News AF after I had to retire from my NASA career. Not NASA, NASA.
Nas the rapper, right.
Yeah. It was a good run, but I've chosen to get my adrenaline boost from listening to Rob, Danny, and Tyson. It's a fantastic experience, and I can't wait to go on the first annual News AF Guys trip that Rob organized. It's taking place at Burning Man. Thanks for the invite, Rob. Great idea as always. Oh, no. Let's do Flight Club instead of Burning Man.
Yeah. Okay.
So Bradley Charles Dickworth looks like he's going to be in for the guys trip.
He's in for it. Okay, so stay tuned for more information on that.
He's the sixth man.
Yeah, hope it goes better than the Fyre Festival. Okay. Great job, guys, with the show today. Lots of fun stories to discuss. Tyson, are you far away from home?
No, I'm only like 15, 20 minutes from home.
Okay, so it's easy. So it's an easy commute.
Easy commute, yeah. I just stayed up here because I knew the internet would be worse.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
And then next week, we're going to be on Monday. Is that right?
Yeah, because I got golf tournament. I haven't swung a golf club for like 2 years. So I'm really dreading the first hole where everybody's going to be standing around watching me take my first drive in 2 years. But once I warm up, I'll be fine.
Are you going to practice?
No, because then I'll be sore. If I
take
practice
some hash
right
browns.
Now, yeah. Oh, and get the golf ball, hide the golf balls.
Yeah, we already know that trick. Nobody else there will know.
Okay. Good idea. Yeah, I'm just nervous for that first one. And if I go, like I thought about going to the driving range, but now it's too close. And if I take one golf swing now, I'll be sore for a couple weeks.
Yeah, and going to the driving range now would help your game hardly at all.
Well, like I just need to connect. All I need to do is connect with the first ball while everybody's watching at the tournament. And then after that, it doesn't matter because I'll be with my group off enough that nobody will see me golfing.
Right. And you can make them laugh so much that they'll blow their shots.
Well, the other guys I'm golfing with are my team. There's 4 of us. Okay.
So
and they're all my friends.
Serious. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just got to get away from the start of the tournament. And then it will just be me and my 3 friends.
And you can cheat as much as your heart desires.
Correct. That's right. That's what I do. Yeah. And I drive over other people's golf balls.
Oh.
So I mash them down into the grass real hard as I roll over them with my cart.
Yeah. They'll never get those out.
Yeah. It's so good because they're like, oh, you got to hit the ball as it lies. And it's like, how is it 2 inches jammed into the grass?
Really high up in the air.
Yeah. Somehow it just came down right into like the perfect little pocket.
Right. Okay. Well, please join us on Facebook for more fun in our Group AF Facebook group, where we're sharing stories all week for what ultimately makes the show. Or you can email us, tips@newsaf.news. Special thanks to NewsAF intern Lita, who does a fantastic job curating the news, and Scott St. Pierre, who edits the News AF podcast. All right, follow Tyson on social media. He's at Tyson Apostle and at Danny Bryson. I'm at Rob Cesternino. We'll join you next week on Monday. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Rob.
Yes.
I heard a rumor that News AF was coming to Utah in the summer.
It's written in pencil. Stay tuned.
Okay. Good.
All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.